friends, welcome to my channel. Today let's discuss something that is very frustrating, especially for the new orchid growers. The very common problem with no definitive answer: why my orchid is not blooming. When I started growing orchids, the whole first year went with figuring out how to save and stabilize them. Some died, and the rest of them, even though they appeared to be in great shape, they didn't bloom the subsequent year, and it was quite frustrating then. I must have read hundreds of articles on the net and must have asked in almost every group and forum, but I could never find a good satisfactory answer. That is because actually there is no simple answer to it. We have to know our orchids properly, we have to observe them thoroughly, and then figure out what is wrong and why they are not blooming. In this video, I have tried to compile some common reasons why an orchid won't bloom. If I have left something significant, then please feel free to add it in the comment section below. The first and most common and the simplest reason may be that the plant is not matured yet. When we are new at buying orchids, we don't know the difference between near blooming size and blooming size matured plants. Near blooming plants, they may be somewhere around 2 to 3 years away from producing any blooms. The size is not much different than the matured blooming plants, so one can get easily confused. It's easy to differentiate between a seedling and a matured plant, but it's difficult to differentiate between a near blooming and a blooming size plant. The price is also lower for the nearly blooming ones, so that makes them even more irresistible to buy. If buying directly from local growers, make sure to check for the blooms. If they are in bloom, then well and good, that means that the plant is mature and is producing blooms. But if there are no blooms on the plant, then make sure to look for the remnants of old spikes or dry sheaths like this. This means that the plant has bloomed in the past and is a mature plant and will soon rebloom if taken care of properly. And if you are buying online, make sure to ask for the real pic of the plant that the seller will be sending you. I had purchased these nearly blooming sized Mukara plants about 2 years back. They are healthy, but they are not blooming yet. Maybe they will bloom in another 1 to 2 years. And this Cattleya acklandia here, I had purchased it as a medium sized plant, and it's been 4 years and it has not bloomed yet. It's healthy, it's vigorous, but it has not bloomed yet. But this year I see a sheath over here. Generally these sheaths, they give rise to buds in Cattleyas, and I really hope that this blooms this year. So it's always desirable to buy a healthy matured blooming plant when compared to a near blooming plant, because you never know how long the wait period is going to be. So when we buy a new orchid, sometimes it comes bare rooted or sometimes it comes with old media. So many of us, what we do is we repot our orchids in new pots and fresh media. If that is the case, then there are pretty high chances that the orchid will skip blooming, at least until it gets properly established in the new pot. Let's see my Cattleya here, which I had recently repotted. You can see this growth should have produced a sheath like this one, but it didn't. It skipped producing this sheath. That is because right now the Cattleya is focusing on producing more and more roots and new growth to get established in this pot. If everything works fine, then I might be able to get a sheath on this little one when it grows in another 1 to 2 months. Same principle applies when we divide large orchids. The division, it sets them back for a while, and once they re-establish as individual healthy plants, they will start reblooming. Another common reason why healthy orchids might not bloom is simply it may not be the blooming season. I am not talking about the commercially grown orchids which are forced to bloom all around the year. I am talking about the orchids that we grow at our homes. Most of the Phalaenopsis hybrid ones, they bloom during the late winters or spring. They need at least a 15-degree centigrade difference between day and night time temperature for about 2 to 3 weeks for initiation of spikes. Sometimes when we grow them indoors, we are not able to provide them the much required temperature difference, so they simply may not put out a spike. Now that we are talking about temperature and seasons, there are certain orchids which need complete winter rest. No watering, no fertilizer. They shed their leaves, they get shriveled, and the roots they die back. And with the advent of spring and warmer temperature, new growths appear, and so will the buds and blooms. If we are unable to give them the proper winter rest, if we continue watering, if we continue applying fertilizer to those orchids, especially the Catasetum and the Dendrobium nobile type or the soft cane Dendrobium type of orchids, they will not bloom. Instead, the Dendrobium, soft cane Dendrobium or the Dendrobium nobile types, they might also start producing baby plants at the nodes where the buds were supposed to appear. Coming to another important environmental factor, that is light. Sometimes very vigorous and healthy plants they fail to bloom owing to inadequate light. Some varieties like Cattleyas, Vandas, Dendrobiums, they require very bright light, even direct morning and evening sunlight to thrive. If light is inadequate, the leaves will appear dark greenish, and with adequate light they should have this healthy light green color. Sometimes too bright or direct sunlight may inhibit blooming in certain orchids. Some orchids prefer cool, shady and humid conditions to grow, like the Miltonias and the Paphiopedilums. They absolutely hate direct sunlight. So there is a difference between filtered bright light and direct light that we should always keep in mind while growing orchids. My Brotonia sanguinea here was a very vigorous healthy orchid from the beginning, but it never bloomed for over 3 years. This year what I did, I moved it to a very sunny spot and it receives almost direct sunlight for most parts of the day. It has definitely developed some spotting on the leaves, but it produced this spike the very next month. Now the blooms are faded, but the spike lasted for a total of about 3 months. So watch your orchids. If they are absolutely healthy, they are mature with no disease or recent repotting and are still not blooming, then don't hesitate to try moving them to a brighter spot. Another common reason for an orchid not to bloom is something very obvious, that is poor health. If the orchid is sick, diseased or dehydrated, then it won't bloom. This Phalaenopsis, for example, is still recovering from last year's spider mites infestation. When given the right conditions and the right treatment, the plant will focus on growing new roots and leaves rather than producing blooms. Because producing blooms requires a lot of energy, and whatever energy the orchid has left with it, it will definitely use it for its vegetative growth. Once it's healthy and has recovered fully, then it will bloom. Like my Ascophanecia peaches here, who suffered from crown rot 3 years back, and from this single fan that was left, it started regrowing and has somewhat reached the original size. And now this year she bloomed. So long story short, orchids won't bloom when they are sick. And last comes fertilizers. I have intentionally kept it at last because in my experience, even if I am not regular at applying fertilizers for whatsoever reason, the healthy plants they never seem to mind it. They bloom no matter what when the conditions are right. But by using a fertilizer on regular basis, definitely you have your own advantages, like the blooms they are more abundant and they last longer with the application of fertilizers. But in my experience, fertilize or not, it has never been an issue, and actually the type of fertilizer also doesn't matter that much. I fertilize my plants with seaweed fertilizer and Epsom salt all year round, with a slight decrease in frequency during the winters. I don't change the NPK fertilizer, like I don't use 20 during the growth season and higher middle number or the higher P number before the onset of the blooms. I don't do that, yet I get amazing blooms on my orchids when their blooming season arrives. So at the end of my video, I want to tell all the new growers that don't be disheartened if your orchid is not blooming. Take into account all those things, and growing orchids it takes a lot of time and patience. Be patient, treat them right, research and observe them closely. Then you will definitely find out the reason why the orchid won't bloom. I hope you find my video helpful, and if you do, then please like this video and subscribe to my channel for more upcoming videos. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.